security, privacy, peace of mind. In 1912, an idea was born that brought the fulfillment of these basic needs to a new level. The idea? An interchangeable core with a master keyed system. And with his idea, Frank E. Best began a new company, Best Lock. From the beginning, the Best approach to security revolutionized the industry. For universities, industry, government, and facilities of all types, the Best Lock master keyed system provided the answer to complex security needs. Today, Best Access Systems is still leading the way, offering a wide range of access control products. With state-of-the-art manufacturing facilities, Best Access Systems produces the highest quality mechanical and electronic locks for the widest range of applications. Best Access Systems, providing your security solution. The V-Series provides a total solution to access control. These advanced technology electronic locks are simple to program and easy to use. The installation procedures are straightforward. Mechanically, you will find the procedures very similar to the methods you may already be familiar with for installing Best's family of cylindrical and mortise lock sets. Only a few additional installation steps are required to accommodate the electronics. In this video, we will take you through the procedure for installing the 9 kV or 8 kV lock. All V-Series locks are programmed at the factory for the supplied temporary operator and communications cards. The operator card will allow access through all doors prior to programming by the system supervisor. The communications card allows for the downloading of programming information from the V-Series lock. If during installation, the communications card is used for access by mistake, the lock set will return to normal use after 60 seconds. After that time, the operator card may be used for access. The electronics of the V-Series locking devices are susceptible to static discharge damage prior to installation. Proper handling eliminates the possibility of damage. First, keep the trim housing enclosed in the static bag as it was originally packaged until you are ready to install the lock set. During installation, avoid directly touching the V-Series circuit board. Doing so may cause damage to it from static electricity. Once the lock set is installed properly, damage due to static discharge is effectively eliminated. The 9 kV and 8 kV locks exemplify the extent to which the V-Series is a total solution for access control. These locks incorporate computer and electronic technology that provides flexibility and trackability. This lock is easy to use, and the procedure for its installation is relatively straightforward. To install a 9 kV or 8 kV lock set, you will need the following tools and materials: the Best 9 kV and 8 kV installation template, a centerline punch, a drill, and a 1/8, 5/16, 3/8, 5/8, and a 7/8 inch drill bit, a Best KD303 boring jig, a No. 2 Phillips head screwdriver, and a T15 Torx with post driver. To begin installation on a door already prepared for standard cylindrical installation, on the high side of the door, align the template's 2 1/8 inch hole outline over the existing 2 1/8 inch hole, and tape the template onto the door. Center punch the drill points indicated on the template. To locate the center point of a hole, using a 1/8 inch bit, drill a pilot hole completely through the door. Drill the 2 5/8 inch holes for the trim and 1 7/8 inch hole for the wire. Drill a motor wire hole on the hinge side of the bored hole for the motor wires. This hole goes all the way through. For through holes, it's best to drill halfway from each side of the door to prevent the door from splintering. Next, install the latch and check the door swing. The latch 2 prongs should be centered and should project into the 2 1/8 inch hole, and the bevel of the latch must match the bevel of the door. To drill the through bolt holes, attach the boring jig onto the door and engage the latch tabs. Make sure the front of the jig is parallel with the door edge. Use a 5/16 inch bit to drill the through bolt holes, positioned as indicated by the guides on the through bolt jig. To prevent splintering, drill halfway through the door from one side. Reposition the boring jig on the opposite door side and drill from this side to complete the holes, and that you replace the boring jig. Now you must remove the outside knob or lever from the lock. Depress the lever keeper. Then slide the lever off the sleeve. The lock set will fit a door that is 1 3/4 to 2 1/4 inches thick. To adjust the lock for the door thickness, retract the rose locking pin and rotate the outside rose liner in or out until the proper groove on the through bolt stud lines up with the hub face. Make sure that the locking pin locks into the rose liner. As you insert the chassis, feed the motor wires through the 3/8 inch hole to the inside of the door. Insert the lock chassis from the outside. Be sure the latch tube prongs engage the chassis frame and the latch tailpiece engages the retractor. Making sure the motor wires come through the notch in the 2 1/8 inch hole, align the holes in the liner with the holes prepared in the door. Hold the wires against the door to prevent the rose liner from damaging the wires. The rose liner can nick or cut the wires if they're not held against the door. Then install through bolts through the liner and door in the top and bottom holes. Tighten the liner onto the door with the through bolts. Now install the trim. Remember to protect the electronics from static electricity. Keep the trim in the anti-static bags they were packaged in until needed. Now make the wire connections. First, feed the outside wire harness connector through the top wire hole and temporarily rest the trim on the door by inserting the trim studs into the stud holes. You may want to put the outside levers on to help hold the trim to the door. From the inside of the door, connect the motor connector to the mating connector from the circuit board. Making sure the connector is properly aligned, connect the outside wire harness connector to the lower right circuit board connector in the inside trim. Press firmly until fully seated. Push the excess outside wire harness back through to the outside trim. Position the inside and outside trim onto the door. Before tightening the trim to the door, install the lever or knob to align the trim holes in the door. This will help ensure that the levers or knobs don't bind when they are installed. Making sure the trim does not pinch the wires, secure the trim to the door from the inside with the combination mounting screw at the top mounting hole and with the standard screw at the bottom mounting hole. Tighten the screws firmly. Connect the battery pack to the connector hanging inside the battery compartment. Then insert the battery pack inside the battery compartment. Insert the battery pack with the jumper wire facing down and the connector routed up between the two holders. Insert the tabs of the battery compartment door into the mating slots and swing the door closed. Then secure the battery compartment door with the security screw. Tighten the screw firmly. The next step is to install the strike plate. Secure the strike with the screws provided. Check that the deadlocking plunger of the latch bolt does not enter the strike plate. The plunger deadlocks the latch bolt and prevents forcing the latch when the door is closed. Finally, you are ready to install the interchangeable core. Check that you are using the proper size throw member for your system. 6-pin cores use only the throw member labeled 6, and 7-pin cores use only the throw members labeled 7. Insert the proper throw member into the core and install the core with the control key. At this stage, test the lock to make sure it works properly. Use the temporary operating card that was shipped with the lock. With the stripe facing away from you and the arrow pointing down, insert and remove the card in one smooth motion. When access is granted, the green light flashes. Finally, try operating the lock using the key to check the manual override operation. This completes the installation of the V-Series 9kV and 8kV electronic lock. Remember, at this time, operation of the door is limited to access by key or the temporary operator card. If you have any questions about the operation or maintenance of your V-Series lock, or about any other Best Access Systems product, please contact your Best Access Systems representative.